Well, welcome back. Obviously, it's a defeat, but it's just one incident in 94 minutes of football that's ended up costing you.
Yeah, and obviously the small margins in football that mean you win games or lose games, and unfortunately we were on the wrong end of one of those today. But I thought we reacted to that goal really positively and sort of took the game to them from that point onwards. They had one more chance after that when we were chasing the game towards the end, but it's one of those games where we needed a half chance to drop for us or a ricochet, and we just didn't get that little bit of luck that we perhaps needed.
And in fairness, it nearly did at the end. There were two or three sort of nearly things towards the end, and for a side who were in third position, they did sort of try to sit back and soak it up, didn't they?
Yeah, and that's testament to how far we've come as a group over the last few months. To put a team that's in the automatic promotion places under that much pressure, albeit we didn't get anything from the game, of course, but no, it's definitely positive to take from it.
Could you sense that on the field, that maybe they were quite happy to settle for what they'd got?
I think so. After the result they had the other night, obviously they were probably just desperate not to concede more goals. And obviously when you're 1-0 up, it's easy to try and sit back and sort of counter-attack rather than take the game to the opposition. So it was always going to be tough for us to break them down in that regard. But like I said, we had a couple of half chances that on another day would have gone in for us. Wasn't to be today.
Just watching after the goal went in, which was obviously an unfortunate individual error. Sometimes you might expect an inquest after that, but everyone just seemed to get on with things and accept it. It's a group effort.
Yeah, of course. Listen, everyone makes mistakes in games. He didn't mean to do that.
No.
He's made a technical mistake that any one of us could make. I know I've made mistakes in my career in the past that have led to goals, and it's how you bounce back and recover from that. And I thought he did really well in that regard. Because it's easy to perhaps go under if you make a mistake that costs a goal like that, but he reacted really well, and for the rest of the game I thought he performed admirably.
And as we say, there were bits and pieces towards the end. Last 10 minutes, it did seem like obviously everyone tries to eat up the clock, but there's Kwesi Appiah into the side netting, and the chance that falls to Noah Chilver's right at the death. You've almost come up with something late on, which has been something that the team's had about it in the last few games. Yeah,
exactly. But we don't want to sort of rely on these late goals all the time. We need to try and get them a bit earlier in games, which will give us a chance to go on and then win the game. But I thought the performance on the whole was positive. Obviously, it's a long way to come up, so we're sorry to the fans that we couldn't give them anything to take back. But that fantastic away run comes to an end, but we have to start another one now.
What about you then? That's your first football since the 14th of January. How has it been for the last 4 or so weeks?
It's always frustrating when you want to be playing football and you're not selected, but nice to be back in the team today, and hopefully moving forward we can get some wins on the board.
So have you had a conversation with the head coach about what you need to do to get back in or things around that?
Yeah, we've had conversations, but obviously that'll stay between me and the gaffer. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. Obviously there's been a couple of injuries to players in my position now, so it gives me an opportunity to play. Obviously it's never nice to see teammates get injured, but it gives me a chance to come back into the team and hopefully stake my claim for a place again.
That's what professionalism's about, isn't it, though? You keep doing your work and an opportunity will come.
Yeah, of course, that's football. It's a squad game as well, so you're not going to play every minute of every game, and it's how you sort of react to that. We've got a big squad now, a lot of good players within that squad, and it's reflected in the results that we've had over the last couple of months, and we've been moving up the table nicely, and it's about keeping that squad as close-knit as possible and as together as we can.
And in fairness, that run started while you were in the team. You haven't had to sit by and watch the improvement. It came while you were in the team, but you must be pleased and delighted with the upturn in fortunes and results.
Yeah, of course. It's never nice to be fighting for those bottom 2 places. You want to be pushing up the league as far as you can, and obviously it's been a disappointing start to this season, but obviously since the gaffer has come in, there has been that upturn in form. Obviously change of personnel playing wise as well, which has given everyone a lift, and hopefully that continues until the end of the season.